Yo, keep the faith, never lose hope. What's going on, faithfuls? And we are live on all major platforms YouTube, Twitter, and Twitch. You'd like to come join the conversation? Please go to that number. Please call that number or go to the link in the comment section or the chat room. All right. Please hit the like subscribe button and turn on all notifications. And then that way, when we go live, you'll be here. All right. We are the faithful ones who are representing. Welcome to the Red and Gold 24/7 podcast. And of course, I got my brothers here. I thank you very much for everybody who came in here tonight. Thank you very much. We're starting, like I said yesterday, we're starting the whole rebranding, refurbish thing. So now we're on Red and Gold 24/7. I'm your lead guy here, Ryan, and I got my co-hosts, my brothers. Got Maverick, Ron, new guy Drew, and nothing but Mike. So what's going on, guys? What's going on?
That was a hell of an introduction for Mike.
I would have said a different way. You know what I say? Who wants to be like Mike?
Everybody want to be like Mike, right, Mike?
I'll do it next time, Mike. Don't worry. I'll do it next time for you. My bad. So what's going on, guys? How you guys doing?
He might not be Air Mike, you know what I'm saying? He might just be Ground Jordan. That's all.
Yeah, man. A lot of things been going on for last hour or so. What I saw on the news, it was unbelievable, man. I'll show you guys in a minute here as soon as I get my damn thing up. All right, I got it set up already. Here we go. Boom, boom. What do you think about this, guys? Hold on, 1 second. Boom and boom. You guys see that? And you're on. Okay, you guys see that? What do you think? What do you think about that?
What, the first black the first black coach? Something like, what is he, a running back coach or something?
He's a running back, yeah.
It's Bobby Turner.
Good old Bobby Turner. Now a lot of people are saying about Tom Rathman question mark on that post. I'm like, I don't think Tom Rathman's coming. Sorry to say. I wish he would, but I don't see it coming. So
all right, so real quick, Ryan.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Go ahead, Mike. Go ahead, Mike.
This is where Anthony Lynn's going to slide in. His run game's his specialty. He's going to go in there and he's going to take care of the running backs.
Yeah, that's probably a good point.
Because he still doesn't have an official position. They're just bringing him on as the assistant head coach. But I think he's going to take care of our run game.
I mean, so Ryan, we really worried about a run game?
Yes. I mean, what do you mean? Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, are we really? Huh?
Let me just ask Ryan real quick. I'm sorry. So, is this more like a question of why he's leaving?
I don't know. I just saw it on Twitter right before you guys even came on. I said I'm gonna save this, and I want to know what it means because I don't know if he's not expected to return in 2022 or.
Couple things I've heard is possible retirement, and he also left. I think it was back in, I can't remember what year it was, but he had knee surgery, so that kept him out for a year. So there's also been rumblings that he might be having procedures done on his knees again. I don't think he's going elsewhere. He's not going to go coach for another team. I think it's just something personal.
Okay, something personal. I got you. Okay,
Mav, I'm sorry I cut you off. You had something to say, right?
Oh no, you good. I was actually about to ask Ryan that same question before, but no. Well, no. What I was asking you was like, are we really concerned about our running game?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. The same thing when I saw this tweet, and I was like, "Oh my god, what's going to happen to our run offense?"
I'm not concerned neither because all the talk is around Jimmy, salary cap. Trey Lance starting next year, edge rushing, DB. I mean, those are the talks. Those are the priority talks. That's why I'm asking: are we really concerned about running game?
Our
feel
run
like
game
we-
will still be great. There's already been
Yeah.
the talk
I agree
that
with you, Mike. I agree with you.
Mostert's agents already talked out that they reached out to him to negotiate him. So if we
Heard
have
that.
if we have a Mostert, if Mostert comes back, we'll be good. If we have that Mostert Mitchell 1-2 where they don't have all of it on them and they can switch in and out, our run game I think is going to be up to a different level. And then back to the point of Anthony Lynn coming in to help these guys out and running is his specialty. I think it's going to be beyond what we've seen the past few years.
So wait though, because I think the way it was structured was Bobby Turner is the running backs coach.
Yeah.
He's specifically the coach, and then I think McDaniels was a run game coordinator, which is something. It's a different position, and with combination of him and Shanahan coming up with the run game. So are we saying Lynn is going to come in and do both now, or
Lynn is gonna come in and install his own game, his own system. You're gonna
and be
see
the
a
running
little
backs
bit.
coach?
You're gonna see it. I mean, I feel like we will put somebody at that position because we've done that shit too much. We've done that too much, way too much, as far as like doubling up positions on coaches and players. Feel like everybody just need to be where they're at. So I strongly feel like we will replace them. So I'm not too concerned about that, but I could see Anthony Lynn adding some of his little sprinkles from his days into the 49ers offense, running game.
Yeah, I was saying the same thing. What Mike was, or Ron was saying about is you gonna play both of them on both sides. That'd be a big job for him too. That'd be a big job for him.
Well,
I mean,
it changes things though. It changes a few different things. It changes if you're the running backs coach. Basically, is going to coach the running backs to do what the run game coordinator is asking them to do. So if Lynn comes in, he's going to be the coach and then run the game, the run game, or to help design it, or is just all play calling is going to strictly fall back on Kyle.
I think he's just
Now,
gonna
Anthony Lynn's gonna be the assistant coach for him with him, or he's gonna call the plays with him. Do you think?
I don't think he'll call him with him. Shanahan calls the plays. He's
Yeah.
the
Oh,
that he call
man.
plays.
That's gonna be sweet though. It will.
I really feel like Anthony Lynn's just gonna have something to do with how the run game is, some kind of a little bit of the structure of the run game. Actually,
It's gonna
I mean, I
look a
can
lot different. It's gonna look
Yeah.
a lot different.
Yeah, see, that's what I'm excited
could see
about.
it.
I want to see.
We're gonna have that 1-2 of Mostert Mitchell, and then I think Sermon's gonna have his breakout year because Sermon's style is what Anthony Lynn likes.
Yeah.
So he's gonna start to mold him, and we're gonna see the Sermon that we all expected this last year.
And please don't be looking forward to seeing Debo line up in the backfield like he was doing towards the end. It
I
might
don't
be
think
for
that's
like
gonna
1 or
happen.
2 plays.
I think it'll be specialty,
Chuck?
but once
What's
we got
up?
Lance in
My
there to
bad.
actually
Sorry,
throw
hit
the
the wrong
ball,
button. Sorry,
Debo
bud.
will go back to being just a receiver.
I know, Ron. Yeah, you met Hatcher. You met Chuck already. Mike,
Yeah,
have
what
you
up,
met
Chuck?
Chuck yet?
Yeah,
Not too
no.
sure. No, okay. Meet Chuck. He's one of my friends. Been over 20 years. I know Drew hasn't met him yet.
Bro,
I
do
know,
you got a fucking wife beater on?
Yeah.
Okay.
He's just
Are we all
chilling.
done? Are we all done with this? This Bobby Turner.
Well, we ain't heard what's up with Drew. We ain't heard nothing from Drew. What's
Yeah,
up?
I know.
bud?
He's told me he had to step away for a little while.
Oh, okay.
That's what he
So
told
he's
me.
not even in on
So-
the conversation.
If
So
we have
then-
to, I'll ask him when he gets
Can
back.
we conclude before we move on then? So, are we gonna? Is that what we're saying then? Because I guess my take on it, if you ask, then I'm assuming Lynn's gonna basically have all control over the run game and have say in like the run design and run play calling, or
No, I don't see that.
no?
I mean, it's gonna look different, but I don't see he's gonna have control over it. No.
Well, that's what I'm asking. I guess what is Lynn? I mean, I guess my question's for Mike. What do you think, Mike? Like,
I think he'll have a big say. He'll help design. He's gonna kind of take over what we're losing with Mike going to Miami because he was big run game guy. But it's still ultimately all going to come down to Shanahan. But I think
Mhm.
Lynn is going to help design a lot of it.
I was thinking the same thing. I was waiting for that because Anthony Lynn, I think he's going to help him out, but Kyle's not going to let nobody freaking take care of his book for him. No way. I don't see
Yeah.
that. I don't see that at all.
I mean,
That's
doesn't
needy.
Anthony Lynn pretty much use the same kind of running style Kyle uses anyways? 2-back system, 1-2 punch. So I mean that's why I don't see him taking control. But I do agree with Mike though; he will have a big say in it.
What do you think about
Same.
that, Chuck?
I think so. Same thing. I don't see him. You know, I see Debo in the backfield though a little bit more than y'all think.
Why is that?
All depends on what Anthony Lynn wants. If he doesn't want Debo or wide receiver in the background, he might not go for that.
Hold on. Why is that, Chuck?
Because he's a threat to run. He's a threat to run the ball. Whether he already proved this year he can be a wide receiver, a running back, and he can throw the ball. And then I see him putting him back there, whether they use him as a running back or not, because he's that threat. He's a threat back there. He's a threat that it could happen.
Okay, well, since you brought up Debo and saying that you're gonna see him back there a lot more than most of us are saying, I got 2 questions for you.
Well,
if Debo is back there more than often, what does that say about Trey Lance? And he's got and Debo do have a big payday coming. Can he possibly change the landscape of that position? Go ahead, Chuck. Those 2 questions for you. First one? What does that say about Trey Lance?
I guess I mean Trey Lance can be a running back, a running quarterback, but you always want to put that possibility in the defense that there's a possibility that it could happen. You always want to make the opponent defense to wonder what's really going to happen.
So then if you re-sign Mostert and have Sermon back there with Elijah Mitchell, and you're telling me adding Debo into the run game as well?
I'm not saying adding him into it. I'm saying when they're not back there, you probably see, and you say he likes a 2-back. He likes a 2-back backfield. So when Mostert's not back there, or let's say a running back gets hurt or something, I think you'll see Debo back there. Just as a throw it off type thing, just to throw it off for the defense. Defense gonna probably expect Mostert, expected Elijah Mitchell back there, but just to throw them off, they might throw Debo back there.
I mean, we're not saying Debo's not going to be back there. I'm myself is saying that he's going to be back there less.
Well, he might less
because of Trey Lance.
He'd probably be back there less, but he's going to be back there.
Okay, so now second question. Now his payday come. Does it change the landscape for that position group?
I don't know. I mean, he's going to get paid. He's obviously going to get paid. He's going to get big money.
Go ahead, brother. Go ahead.
I do not see Debo in the back of that backfield anymore. Not with Lance in that quarterback position.
I can still see it.
Oh man, I don't see it for some reason. I don't.
Hold on.
This is why.
Time out for a second.
Hold on.
I'm just saying. So now we got one guy who's saying. We got one guy that says he don't see him at all, and we got another guy that says he sees him more.
I'm not saying more, but I can tell you this.
No, not you. Chuck said more.
Because I think it'll be more of options. If you put Debo back there, and then you get Trey Lance back there, and then you still got Elijah who gonna be back there, and you got an option of I can give it to him, You're not really gonna run out of running options for a team who likes running. So therefore, they're not going to move it because now we can run trick plays. You can see him back there and sit one on the other side, and you not know what's going to happen. It can go from a drop pass or just a run, and there's too many options. And you can just trick the lead like through the whole time. We go through each game of keep using that. Nobody's really gonna know what to look for. It's kind of you're gonna be like, it's one of them that's going to do something, but you don't know what. And with the blocking that we have, it'll be an awesome scheme.
Yeah,
It'll be done not to use them.
Yeah, I agree with you.
I've so
Ryan,
if they,
finish your thought.
I just don't see it for some reason. I don't, because I don't think Anthony Lynn wants to use Debo like that. He'll kill this kid if you
It's
keep on
gonna
using
come
Debo
down
like
to
that.
it.
But
Yeah,
with
Mike,
people
Mike.
coming back, all right, so say they bring Raheem back, right? Either they bring Raheem back or we pick up somebody else who can also play the position as of Cordell Patterson, who will now be a free agent as well. He's worked under
He already
Shanahan
got picked
before.
up, I thought.
You say he did?
I believe so.
Rumors are he's going to the Jets.
Yeah.
Well, never mind. They might need him more. Who knows? Jets kind of need a little bit of everybody. Okay, if either way, Raheem comes back, Raheem's still a speedy running back, right? And you still got Mitchell who does his thing back there. Then you put Trey Lance. Either way, you can reverse it out. Trey Sermon's coming back. That's a little bit of power and speed. We still have options. He'll be healthy if he stays healthy. You got so many different options and speeds. It won't use him as much, but you can still put him back there to make big plays. He's a playmaker. That's solid. Like we've seen that all year. He's definitely a playmaker. So if one gets tired, one gets hurt, why not throw him back there? Now, it's not going to be as much, but you can still use him back there.
Right.
Okay, so you on the same page with me, Run, Mike. Y'all go ahead, man.
Yeah, I agree. I don't think he's going to be back there as much, but I do think that it'll kind of be silly after seeing how successful it was not to have him back there this year as well. I just don't think you beat him up like you did last year at all, and it doesn't real. I don't think it says anything about Lance. To be honest with you, I think it's just gives you that much more firepower.
Exactly.
Yeah, but I mean, only reason I'm saying what does it say about? Only reason I'm asking what does it say about Lance is because now you have a receiver / wide back coming back there. The reason why he was back there as much last year, let's not all forget, is because we had a limited quarterback, So Lance could get the ball downfield. So why do we,
I don't. So correction, playmaker is the word I would say, and I mean, we've seen it before. Percy Harvin, dude's a playmaker. I know he made that term up wide back. I think it's hilarious, but dude's a playmaker.
He is a playmaker, but I'm just
like
saying.
If he gets put back there, he's going to make a play. But it's coming down to he's going to want to get paid like a wide receiver. They're going to have to use him like a wide receiver.
But
he's not going to get paid.
He's not going to pay him.
He's not going to get paid $25 million a year to be a running back. They're going to use him a lot more as a wide receiver. They now have a quarterback that can utilize that.
Devontae made 27, and he's the top paid, and he's going to get paid again.
Yeah.
Now, let me ask you a question. Is he going to get paid by Green Bay?
Devontae?
Yeah.
Oh, actually, it's all going to come down to Rodgers.
Rodgers
it's coming out now. It's coming out. Rumors came out today that they're trying to work on a 1-year deal that will make him the top paid player of all time.
4 years.
If that happens, and they have to pay Devontae Adams, the Packers are done because they're going to have no money to pay anybody else. That's not what Rodgers wants.
I heard it was a package deal. If like Rodgers goes somewhere, they will put Devontae Adams at that, franchise thing, and it's a package deal. If Rodgers goes, then Devontae will probably go because he'd be franchise.
How would that work?
And that's gonna happen because this is why I say that. Beginning of this year, when Rodgers was already thinking about not coming, when he said that, Devontae was thinking already looking for a trade. No matter what, he's right. It's going to be a package deal. If one goes, the other goes.
Yeah, but he's
trying to be there without Rodgers.
If I'm not mistaken, he's trying to say a package deal, as in both of them still being together. going to the same team.
Yeah. Well,
Right.
that's what I'm saying, because if you
How would that
franchise,
work?
I don't. Somebody told me, but
Because
I
they're
don't-
buddies.
I don't know how it's going to work with. I think the guy told me if they franchise tag
they make a
Devontae
trade?
Adams, then that means that he would have. It's somewhere with the money that Rodgers and Devontae Adams would franchise tag one of them, and then
Oh, you
that
mean-
would go as a package.
Are you trying to say Rodgers would have to take a pay cut to stay with Devontae? Because I've
I
heard
don't know
that.
how the guy
He would have to. He would have to.
Yeah,
They don't got
that's a
that
lot
money.
of money.
They
That's a
don't
lot
got
of money
that
going anywhere
Yeah.
together.
The Packers are done if they stay together. If they take both guys, the Packers are done because they're going to have no money for anyone else.
Mike, you are absolutely right. That is it. That is it.
I
That's,
feel like
that's a
Rodgers
lot
and
of star
Devontae
power
and
and a
Devontae
lot of
gets
people who
paid.
know they worth right there, and they're not
But-
going to take anything less.
But those dudes they're on the same page though, so I definitely wouldn't put it past that. You know, they are talking about stuff like that. Like, all right, these dudes ain't gonna pay us. Where are we gonna go next?
I still think they're going to Denver.
Right?
Denver.
Jets,
Both of them.
Jaguars. No, wow.
No,
Whoever has
Nah.
$100 million in cap space.
Both of them being at no. Rodgers going to Denver for sure.
Oh, yeah.
I could see-
Devontae, I don't know.
So y'all don't
I
believe the
think
hype
they'll
Rodgers
go
going
to
to the 49ers?
No.
Nah.
that would be a dream team if we had them both. I could
Dude,
see him
he's
going to the
a
Saints.
great regular.
Yeah,
Who?
we're not
What about
getting
that?
Rodgers, we're not getting Brady, and we're not trading Kittle. Those are all
Oh man,
dead.
no.
I don't know about Brady. There's
Dude,
been a
I
lot
mean,
of talk about that.
Anything that Grant
I don't
Kahn says, you
understand.
can just
It's-
sweep
it's
that
high
under the rug. That
speculation.
guy's trash.
Yeah, it's high speculation with
I just
Brady
don't
because
understand
Brady
why
keeps
people
saying
don't see
in and
this
out.
though.
So,
Yeah. I just don't understand how people don't see this about Rodgers though. Great regular season quarterback, but freaking suck in the playoffs.
We do.
Yeah,
We do.
I see it.
That's why I don't want him.
He's also got a shitty attitude. I don't need that in the locker room.
And he wants $50 million a
Yeah,
year.
exactly.
Bye.
but tell you what, I'll tell you what. I don't know about his attitude, and I don't know about his playing. But if you need to get that ball down that field, and you on the opponent's 20-yard line, Aaron Rodgers got a gun. He got an arm. He got an arm with sort of
Is that
helmet.
exactly who you're talking about when I was freaking doing that? Talking about a quarterback now?
He's got an arm. I don't care what anybody
Chuck, I
says.
hate to tell you, I can't
We're-
stand
we're not-
Rodgers,
We're
so.
not questioning his skills. We're just saying he fucking trash in the playoffs,
And that's what
especially
we need.
against the Niners.
Exactly. That's what I was about to say. He probably threw
Listen,
that pass against somebody
Playoff
else.
Rodgers against the Niners does not work. I mean, even when
It
we're
really
not
does.
for offensive touchdowns, we can still get a block and win by defense, and we still beat you.
I mean, not even just us.
Yeah,
Playoff Rodgers
yeah.
against any team. Look at his playoff record. He can't get it done in the playoffs.
No, we've embarrassed them.
He got the
Like,
one
they've
time. He
embarrassed
got
them.
the one time. That was it.
Yeah, he's got one ring.
When he went to the
Guys should
Super
have
Bowl,
4.
And they played the Steelers
Yep.
when the Steelers was getting tired.
he should have won that game. He should have won that damn.
I'd
Was
rather
it the-
take freaking
yep.
Brady over Rodgers every day. I'll take Brady over Rodgers no matter what.
Man, we've been whipping on Rodgers for a while now. Straight up. His
Since
whole
we're
career,
on
bro.
quarterback conversation, should we talk about who we want as our backup to Lance?
Yeah. That's-
Hold on, hold on.
I've
Mike.
seen-
I got you,
I've
Mike.
seen the options. I don't know. I swear it changes up every day. Like I'm trying to figure
Is
out
that the one
when
you're talking about?
Mariota
Like
jumped
the
in.
quarterback possibilities. Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, Marcus Mariota jumped in, and I promise it was Trent Taylor for. I'm like, not Trent Taylor, Tyrod Taylor, and I'm like, okay, switching up again. Now they're switching up to. I seen somebody else. I'm like, you know what? I'll wait for it to happen.
Mitchell Trubisky.
Yeah,
I don't want
Mitch was the last one I seen. You're right.
He's trash.
There's even
Who's
conversations
trash?
and trading
Trubisky.
Trubisky.
No,
Titans
he's
for
not-
Tannehill.
Trubisky sucks. He sucks. Trubisky
You said
sucks.
trading with the Titans for Tannehill with who?
Oh, Jimmy. Yeah, I've read that on 2 pages.
Listen,
I
Wait,
think,
what?
I think back.
Matter of
back
fact,
to
as a matter of fact, there was one scenario where we didn't send the Titans any players. We sent them a boatload of picks just to jump into the first round. We sent them the 2 of our second and third, and the third this year, and then another third next year. With no players involved at all. It's just nothing but picks just to move into the first round.
So hold up, Jimmy to who? The Titans?
yeah.
No, yeah, there was a scenario on that Jimmy to the Titans for Tannehill.
No. I told y'all
Hey,
where
the-
Jimmy's gonna go.
where's Jimmy going, Chuck?
Pittsburgh.
I was believing that at one point. I kind of started watching it die down.
No, he's going to Pittsburgh.
Dude, there's like no interest for him right now, as far as I'm reading. Like,
Pittsburgh
nobody's
started
interested.
looking at that draft, and they want that guy from the guy from Pittsburgh.
Yeah, that I heard
Oh,
about
Kenny
that.
Pickett.
Yeah,
I
they
heard-
started
I-
looking more their hand in that draft.
I
So
heard they wanted Pittsburgh wanted the guy from Pitt, or they wanted the guy from Ole Miss. But
Malik Willis.
after a lot
No,
died
that's,
down, I think Jimmy.
oh, you think of Matt Carroll?
Yeah,
Huh?
yeah.
Oh,
I
he was
think
talking about the
Jimmy-
guy from Ole Miss.
I think Jimmy G goes to Pittsburgh because you don't want Mason Rudolph back there. You sure don't want that. My aunt's a Pittsburgh fan, and she said if Mason Rudolph goes back there, you might as well forget the season. She'd rather take Jimmy G. I told her he can't throw that well, but she thinks
I mean,
we
with
did him
them going
wrong.
to Pittsburgh anyway, if it looks like they're about to lose their top target, so their team looks not too good anyway. Juju's about to leave. They got Chase Claypool. They're gonna have. I mean, it's kind of messing up there. So the quarterback situation is still gonna be like a disaster.
Trubisky went to the Bills, right? He's at the Bills, right?
He's the backup for the
The
Bills. yeah.
backup, yeah.
Yo, there is no way that Buffalo is going to trade for Jimmy, put Trubisky with us, and have Josh Allen fight Jimmy for that.
No, there's no
starting job.
trade. There's no trade involved in that. I believe.
You think that's gonna be a fight? I'll
There's no
start
trade.
Josh Allen
Come on,
any
man.
day.
Yeah, no,
Yes,
Trubisky's
thank you,
just a
thank
free-
you, thank you.
Trubisky's just a.
Thank
Trubisky's
you.
just a.
I was
Trubisky's
looking
a
at
free-
the roster right now, looking at the roster. Like,
Jimmy ain't
there's no
going
way
no
Jimmy's
Buffalo.
gonna beat out Josh
But
Allen.
nah, if you
way.
click on Mitchell Trubisky's name, I believe he's a free agent. That's why
Yeah, he's
his
a free
name-
agent.
Marcus
There'd be no
Mariota
trade
is
involved.
too. Yeah,
No. Let me give you guys 2 destinations. All right. One. Here's what I think.
Is this for
First would be
Jimmy?
Commanders for Jimmy.
Okay.
Commanders would be the only team I can think of that was screwed up and get Jimmy and bite on Jimmy after everybody's decided to stay and they get desperate. And the Panthers.
I see the Panthers.
And the Panthers. I see the Panthers.
Oh, the Panthers ain't got Cam no more.
They got Darnold.
I don't want Cam.
Jimmy and Darnold can
Cam
start
as
the
a
ball.
backup.
I
Cam-
actually also, if Rodgers doesn't go to Denver, I can see him going to Denver.
Yeah, I'm sticking with that. I think Rodgers will. If he doesn't resign, it'll be Denver.
Jimmy to Denver.
Yeah, I think that's the only spot for him. Yeah, I
So
think
then,
that's the only spot.
I actually heard yesterday some guy say, I'm not going to put his name on blast, but he said we won't get Mariota because he might beat Lance out.
No,
He might.
What do y'all think about that?
Mariota's not beating Lance out.
He said we cannot get Mariota because
Did they not watch Mariota? This is the reason why he left Tennessee.
This
You
is
got
what
beat
he
up by
said. Right?
Tannehill.
He said we cannot get Mariota because he will come in and beat Trey Lance out. And then
I cannot wait for all of these haters on Lance to have to just eat their words at the end of next season.
Exactly.
It's going to be insane.
I know
all the receipts that
I
are
know I
being given
said-
out for all these jackass reporters who think they know and have the inside track and think he's trash. All the same stuff was said.
This is the thing.
All the same things were said about Mahomes.
Yes,
He was going in.
I was just about to get there. This is the same thing they said.
All the same things are said about Mahomes. He's not ready. He's trash. He's not going to be it. It should still be Alex Smith. And
I can tell you a couple quarterbacks they said that about Mahomes, and then he comes and gets the Super Bowl. You got Kaepernick. Kaepernick won a Super Bowl after coming off the bench. I'm like, you guys, you say this because you're like, oh, well, y'all spot them as where they can run. So they're scrambling quarterbacks, and scrambling quarterbacks don't do too well. They forget these guys actually have quarterback talent. And they look at them as one-track minded. And like, man, you got to open them up. Look at these guys' passing yards. Look at this guy's college record where he threw one interception.
They say Joe Burrow has small hands.
Joe Burrow just went to the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
What was it?
Now I know I said something.
Was it Washington Commanders,
What?
Denver Broncos, and who else was it?
Panthers.
Panthers.
I'm looking at it right now. Commanders, that Kyle Allen and Ryan Fitzpatrick. Okay, who do you think is better out of those two?
Who?
Kyle Allen and Ryan Fitzpatrick.
Ryan Fitzpatrick.
Better than
Don't they
Kyle
got the other guy? Who was the guy that was starting last year when the starter went out?
Garrett Gerbert?
Taylor
Gerbert.
Heineke.
There you go.
Heineke, yeah,
Taylor
Taylor
Heineke.
Heineke. Right here. Yeah, Taylor Heineke. I got him right here. Yeah, I got him.
Taylor didn't do too bad.
So, out of all those quarterbacks, who do you think is the best one for their quarterbacks right now?
None of them. No,
You're saying Jimmy is better than all four of these guys.
I think so.
yeah.
Hold on, read them back on. Read them back up.
He was
Kyle Allen, Ryan Fitzpatrick, Garrett Gilbert, and Taylor Heineke. Sorry, not Tyler.
Jimmy is better than all those guys.
Exactly. He would
Yeah.
fit.
Damn.
Jimmy is better than them.
He would have to fit
What
right
would
there.
we take from the pick? We would take that first pick, right? From their
If we get the
hasn't
Commanders,
Taylor
I
Heineke
heard,
took them to the playoff twice though?
Once. That was
Their
last
defense
year.
did.
Took them once
yeah, the
and
defense.
came close again, right?
Defense in the trash
I
division.
don't know about again, but
I think Heineke was just
Yeah, I
on
think-
along for the ride.
Yeah, he didn't do anything special.
so if I can hit y'all with another one, I'm sitting here looking. They got a storyline saying 4 prospects who can replace Tart. Now we already looking weird in the backfield. Would y'all keep Tart or would you want to actually replace him?
He gotta go.
Since you asking that question right
Don't hold on. Don't think about the dropped interceptions. We got to throw that away.
No. I've already talked about all that last night. I don't even count that against him. But since you asked that question right there, I'm gonna go with that safety from Illinois, Kirby Joseph,
Yeah, I just saying.
to
Yeah.
replace Tart.
So you would go to
Kirby
replacement
Joseph.
instead of keeping him?
I will go with him because he provides kick return and punt return,
Got you.
and he has the biggest wingspan out of all them targets you talking about.
You need somebody to stretch the field. I got you.
I would keep Tart, but I would still draft his replacement because he's super cheap. If Tart wants
Yeah.
more money, then he's gonna have to walk. But if he's
And listen, after that dropped interception, he can't ask for nothing right now.
right, exactly. He doesn't have a
Yo,
market.
punishment.
He knows it.
He
too.
knows,
Honestly, though-
he knows it.
But
Well,
honestly,
I
though,
would-
if the
I would
question,
get rid of him because he can't. He's not shown in the big time. The interception, that was big time play. He
Yeah,
hasn't
clutch
shown
play.
in the big time play that he can produce. I mean,
it's only big time. It's only big time if it was
like,
2 minutes left of the game.
It's
That's
just like if
that's
I
the only
don't-
time
if
it's
I-
big time.
It's just like me. If I don't do good at my job, then the boss is going to replace me. I mean, so if you don't do good at your job, there's always another person out there to replace you. I mean, that's with
I can definitely
anybody.
see Washington Commanders and the Panthers.
He's
looked
doing
at
a
a
lot of
roster.
good though. A lot of
Yeah.
good.
How about the Colts?
The Colts.
I actually have heard some rumblings about the Colts.
Yeah, how about a
Because
trade to
Colts-
the Colts?
Colts,
and
I
bring
don't think,
Carson Wentz?
I don't think they're going to stick with Wentz, and I think Jimmy's better than Wentz.
Yeah, I can see that. I like, a lot of people
And-
say, well, Wentz took the Philly to the Super Bowl when they went. Nah, let's watch the season again on that.
Question though, Jimmy might be better than Wentz, but how does that help John Taylor? Taylor, right? Yeah. How does that help him? Does he stay healthy?
Well,
You just
they're still
gotta hand
going
the
to use
ball
him
off
just
to
as
him.
much. Yeah, he's just
Just as much or more.
I don't know.
More.
I don't
Jimmy
know.
Handolfolo.
That's the question. Does he stay healthy?
Jimmy Handolfolo. Give him the ball.
Can he?
Sam Heilinger. I guess how you say his name.
See,
Sam
so
Heilinger,
basically, if you think about it, anywhere
Brandon
Jimmy
Morgan,
goes
and
is
Carson
not a
Wentz.
solid starter position. So he's going. They're looking for a spot to give him a starter, or he's looking for a spot to give himself a starter. He's going to battle with any team that y'all gave options to. If you think of Carolina, if you think of Steelers, if you think of the Commanders, if you think of Broncos, or even the Colts, it's a battle anywhere you go because it wasn't provided that you prove something. Like they said, they kept him longer to try to build up a trade value. When the trade deadline come, he didn't get traded because there was no value at that time. They couldn't even really. They knew it. Like, we can't find a trade right now. We literally had to keep him for the season.
They could have. Patriots offered a third.
A second.
We didn't take it.
It was a second. And
That's because they
second.
wanted more. We thought we would get more out of it. They wanted, let's get a first round back. So when we got Trey, it was all good because we'll let Jimmy go, develop himself, get another first round back.
Out of all those teams, the only team that we can possibly get a first for would be Washington.
I agree with that, Mike. I agree with that. What they have in that quarterback position, I do agree with that. Though I just looked at him too.
I also agree with
we
Drew,
can't.
though,
No, I thought
because
we can
I
get a
think
first
that's
on the
exactly
Colts.
what it is. Yeah, that's exactly what it is. Though I think they're trying to get that one back, and that's why they were like, nah. I think that's what it is. They're really trying to get a one for him. That's why, like, Washington makes a lot of sense because they may just cough it up.
The heavy conversations are going to happen this week at the Combine. A lot of deals are made. That's when a lot of teams start to talk really seriously about things. They're going to kind of look at things and be like, this could be our best option. Let's just give it to them. I really think we'll have a trade by the end of this week.
But will it be a first round?
If it's Washington, yes. If it's anyone else, it's going to be a second or a third.
I'd be satisfied with a second.
Me too.
I would.
We also.
I would too. I would too.
Dude, I was happy with 2 fours.
I don't see him having a real problem getting a starting position at Pittsburgh. I don't see that.
But Pittsburgh ain't gonna give up a first round. We trying to get something back. I don't even think Pittsburgh would give a second round.
I think out of all the teams in question, Pittsburgh is going to give us the worst offer.
That's what they
So
did.
you don't
They gave
think
us 2 fours. That's what they offered. They're like, nah.
You don't
here's
think
2
it'll be
fours.
easier for us? You don't think it'll be easier for us to get that first round from the Colts? I mean, they sit at 26. Washington sits at 11.
If we got that 11, that would be phenomenal.
And we get a back. And I mean, he might suck, but we still get a backup.
Hold up, though, because I thought the Colts gave up their first to the Eagles for Wentz.
Yeah, that's right.
Is that trade?
Yeah,
you're right on
that
that.
was
You
the
know
second. That first, right? It became a first, right? For the Eagles, right? That's what it was?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, because I don't think the Colts have a first round this year.
Oh.
And they missed the playoffs, so
Yeah.
But Wentz played, I believe, 10 games. That was a compensatory pick.
I thought they just gave him a first for Wentz and took on his contract.
No, I think it was. Let me see.
Someone look that up.
Is Wentz still under contract right now, or is he a free agent?
Yeah, no, he's.
I think he under
still
contract.
Yeah, he's still under contract.
Yep.
Okay. See, they got the actual draft order for it. And yeah, Colts do not have a first round.
Mm-mm.
No.
There's an interesting question. If we do go for the Washington Commanders and we get their first rounder, what do you think that first round pick is going to be for us that we pick?
It definitely got to be a defensive backfield. Like, only because if you think about if our line and then you think about our linebackers, we're kind of set. Besides the simple fact, I heard this rumor now about trading Greenlaw. I mean, so we can pick up. We missed what's the guy from Notre Dame? They wanted Kyle Hamilton. If he drops and he goes early, they got the other guys. Okay, you step and go to get a linebacker if we miss out on Dre Greenlaw or the other guy from Cincinnati. Either one of them is a good replacement. So you can still get Kyle. You got Sauce Gardner from Cincinnati. You got the linebacker. If we miss out, we get Dre. You got the other linebacker who's coming out of Michigan, who's on the opposite side of Aiden Hutchinson. And I just can't say his name. I know it's David, but I can't say his last name. But it'd be a good pick because I see a lot of people been saying they need an opposite of Bosa on the other side now. And I'm like, either way, we can still figure out it's a defensive pick, Matt, no matter what.
I agree with that 100%. I do. Mine, I don't know how you guys feel, but I have a feeling it's going to be a defensive end for some reason. We can always go for a defensive cornerback down the other picks. You know how they like to groom these guys. So I feel it's going to be down a little bit down. Maybe 3rd, 4th, and maybe 5th. That's what I'm thinking. So
Hey,
you got,
real quick.
Good.
Real quick, back on that Carson Wentz thing, that was a 2nd round pick that became a 1st because he played 75%.
Wait, what?
So they didn't even. It was a 2nd round pick that became a 1st round to the Eagles because Carson Wentz played 75%. So yeah, so the Colts pretty much gave up a 2nd round for his ass with conditions.
But they still don't have a 1st though, huh?
No. They never
Oh
even
my
had
God.
they never even had a 1st to begin with. It just went because what I read from somewhere became the first they had was a 26 pick.
Here's a fun proposal for you. Say Washington was willing to give us Chase Young for Jimmy straight up.
I'll take it.
Would you
I'll take it.
take that
Take it
over
and
getting
I
the
take it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Take it and run. Matter of fact, do you want an extra draft pick too? I throw you in a little 4th or 5th out there if I got,
pick?
I'll take it. I give you an extra little draft pick. It'll work. Can you imagine having Bosa and Chase Young? You get
That'd be
both of them
insane.
healthy on one end, one on the other.
Oh my God, man.
And then you turn around and you got Fred in the back. So if you get past one line, now you got to get man, that would be dangerous. That would be dangerous. Like,
That's why I said if we get another defensive end, might get Bosa. Oh my God. I mean, I know it won't be another Bosa, but I won't mind having somebody remind you of him though. That'd be awesome. Take over
Is Chase
Ford.
still in his rookie year?
Jeez.
Chase,
He's
yeah.
still in his rookie deal?
Mhm.
Yeah.
yeah, because
Yeah,
he sat
he
out most of the year last year. I think he
Yeah,
didn't.
Oh, I was about to ask you how many sacks he had. How many sacks?
He didn't make it really through preseason last year, I think, or it was the first game of the
I
season.
think the first game he got hurt.
Yep.
Yeah.
Damn.
Something like that.
What is his rookie year?
No, his rookie year
This
he
is
did
second
good.
year.
It was his
Okay.
2nd year.
I got you. 2nd year. Okay, I got you.
He did the exact same thing Bosa did.
Exactly.
funny as
Right.
hell.
Damn.
It was funny as hell too, because he was on my damn fantasy team, and I had got a trade offer for him the game before he got hurt, and I traded his ass off. That nigga was so mad. that trade
lucky.
partner was so upset. What?
Man, we talk about fantasy, man. I got so lucky because just being a Niners fan, I usually they mess with me because I play with people down here and they pick their Georgia or they just go crazy. I decided I was gonna pick Trey Lance and Elijah. It was like Elijah ain't even gonna start. All of a sudden the injuries happen, Elijah starts, and guess what? Boom! I got by the midseason, everybody's like, so do you want to do a trade or what? I give you this. I'm like, man, nah. And at that time, like, I got Elijah, I had Devontae Adams as wide receiver, and I had Odell while he was still on the Browns. All the trades happened. I was like, yes. Yes, everything has worked out. It's like,
Dude,
man.
I got traded Debo Samuels for Amari Cooper. Oh yes, go ahead. Let me get Debo. Then I started my season with Elijah Mitchell.
Yep, that's how I
Then I went.
started mine.
I
Because like
traded.
I wasn't gonna pick him. This is the funny part. I wasn't gonna pick him, but I did. They play on. I think it's NFL, and you pick defensive players, not like a defensive team. So you're picking your
Yeah.
linebackers, your end. And I started picking defense, and I forgot about running backs. So I was like, dang, I'm running out of running backs. Let me just go ahead and hit my team 49 and see what we got. Elijah Mitchell, let's bam. All right.
Nice.
I was like, yes.
Nice.
When Chase Young got hurt, when Chase Young got hurt, what was his injury? Do you know?
ACL.
ACL. Same as Bosa.
Thank you. My God. Jeez.
Yeah, them
I was
ACLs.
wondering about that too.
Bosa actually reached out to him and told him, "Don't worry, you'll be fine. You'll be fine. Look at me."
But everybody's not Bosa.
I mean,
That's true. That's true.
Do you believe he's gonna come out looking better?
We'll see.
Chase?
I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, if you think about it, I think he actually got hurt his second game, matter of fact, because I remember his first game wasn't that great. And everybody was like, oh, it's not looking like the same Chase as last year. So I think he got hurt the second or game like that because I remember it started off slow. So for him to come back now, it puts fuel to you. Everybody. I mean, Adrian Peterson, when he did it, came back. What did he do? Break a record when he came back. Bosa come back. When you put fuel to it, had a great year this year. And I mean, it just all depends on who the player is. It depends on your drive. It depends on who you are.
Let's see how hard he trains.
Yeah, that's exactly. It counts like that.
Yeah, I think he'll come back dominant as well. So, quick question though, because let's just say we do, for whatever reason, the Commanders give us what they have, the 11th pick.
Yeah.
Dude, at that point, you at the 11th pick, man, you can even go for the top center, the dude from Iowa. I'm thinking safety too, man, but then it's you can really get a top edge rusher at 11.
You can, because even looking at the mock drafts, and you look at the some of the mock drafts, and you look at what Washington wants. If you're looking at what Washington wants plus a trade of what they need a quarterback. I seen 2 of their mock drafts where their wants are guards. They can get a guard later, so they're willing to get a trade. If you can get a quarterback like Jimmy for them, that's a plus for them. So if we get that, that changes from them getting a guard to afterwards. You look at the names that go, and afterwards you got a Trent McDuffie, cornerback from Washington. You got an edge rusher, the guy from Purdue, who really was high on the list.
Yeah,
Eric Stingley from LSU.
Karlaftis. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know how to say his name either. You got.
Let me answer this question though. I got this question real quick. All right. So we get this first round for Jimmy. We pretty much accomplish what we were set out to do, right? Because all we wanted was a first round, right?
That's it.
So won't it just make sense to just move back, trade out of the first round? I mean, do we really need it?
Not really, because just like Brian said earlier, he said you can any really needs that we want, you can still get later. Our biggest need is everybody keeps saying is backfield. You can get a backfield later. So if anything, I would go for 2 second rounds. 2 second rounds.
Hold on, you mean back?
Even
like
Ron said he was happy with 2 fourth rounds. If you can get a double in 1 round, then trying to just get for this top round, you can get players that still got talent. We look at the players we got that's late. Elijah, late and star. George, late, star. So I mean, maybe Ryan's right. We just wait late and grab another player anyway.
We pick better in the late rounds than we do in the first round.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
So
either way, I think it's a win-win. I think you can do. It's a win-win. Honestly, but to Mike's point, are we confident that who they get is the right dude at 11? Just pick everybody in the first round. We'll be all right.
That's that's more pressure. That's more pressure for him. You trying to pick because you got the first round. You got more options. I'd rather wait to the second round, let them go, see who all there. Takes the pressure off a little bit. And you can still you got more room to look at your talent.
Because anybody coming out the first round is pressure.
Yeah.
So I mean, we all know what we feel like our priorities are at what positions, right? What do we think they think priority is right now? What do you think their top
Corner.
priority is?
I think
Corner?
they think, yep, corner, because I mean, looking at actual, I usually don't, as I told Ryan earlier, I don't do a lot of stat talk. I like
Kinda
doing a lot of little bias talk, as you see in my name. That's the whole thing. But I do more of what I see myself, what I watch, and then watching just how our program works. And a lot of it is we had a good defense. Our main thing was giving up passing yards, rushing yards. We were dominant. Short passes, we was even getting dominant. It was anything like 15 and up, they was getting off on us. And it stopped us from a lot of games. So if they seeing the same thing, which they probably are, they're looking at cornerbacks. They're looking at anything in the backfield. So I think they're looking at, more speed. We really had like not too many interceptions also. So that,
I'm sorry, bro. Every time you say backfield, I think of running backs.
Oh, my bad. Let's put it like defensive backfield.
You talking about
Secondary.
the back
DB.
Secondary. There we go.
There you go.
The secondary.
The secondary. So
Yeah, I know what you're talking about too.
Mhm.
I think we need, like, honestly, if they see the same thing, we need a nice little ball hawking person back there in the back. Somebody who's either going to get swats like crazy or catch these interceptions to make big plays and turnovers.
Hey, Mike, if we got the first round pick from Washington, what would your first pick want to be? Do you think? Right off your head. You don't have to worry about
haven't really looked at the class, but I would
Yeah.
probably want someone. Another defensive end would be nice. I think we could get some quarterbacks in free agency. There's actually some cheap ones out there that are kind of going under the radar. I think we can go after. I'm liking this Rasul Douglas from Green Bay. He led Green Bay with interceptions. He's on the cheap. I think he would be pretty legit for us.
What about you, Ron?
I am between so if we go 11th, obviously Kyle Hamilton is probably going to go in the top 10, so he's out of the equation. I like secondary a lot. I know I've been talking about I want a safety, I want a playmaker, but I still I truly believe we can get a good guy in the second or third round. So to be honest with you, I might just go ahead and throw everybody off. And I really like that. I think was it Tyler Linderbaum, that center from Iowa? I think center's a big need right now. It's up in the air because we don't know about Mack and he's old. But that kid from Iowa, if we can get him at center at 11, I know it's not a popular pick, but
No, you're true, man. You never know what we're going to do with Mac.
Dude,
You have no idea
if
what
he's
Mac's
on the
gonna do.
board, if we're still on the board and he's still on the board, I'll go ahead and reach for him. But other than that, though,
yeah,
if he's gone, I'm pushing myself back to the second round and I'm
Mhm.
going after
Mhm.
Joseph.
Yep. I agree with that. If
So
your guy's there, get him. If
So you
not,
guys are talking about like going after some secondaries, but I'm sitting here looking at free agency. So if we go through free agency, because that comes before the draft, right? So they have a possibilities of you got JC Jackson, you got Gilmore out here, they got
Hold on, before
like
you
you said,
name
the
any
guy-
more names, you got to think about it because we've spoken about that before on several episodes. You got to think about the money.
oh yeah.
Yep.
Do
I was
we
saying the
have the
same
money
thing.
to pay them guys? So
Money.
if we feel like we don't even have the money to pay them, their name shouldn't even be on our list.
That's
But
why I bring up Rasul
I'm even talking
Douglas.
about like what
He's going to be cheap.
Mike was saying. Mike was saying even the guy from Green Bay. Like if you even go for a lower pick, for a lower dollar, but still talent, do you even go for them also? So would you rather look for your secondary in the free agency and then wait in the draft, or like what do y'all feel like?
Maverick, you just said something about Graham and that guy. Mike, You say something about Jimmy G, the money wise with Jimmy G. I'm pretty sure you
about
just said. Yeah, I thought you were just talking about Jimmy D because Jimmy G has all that money. Now help us
No,
out.
no. We were talking about as far as the names he was listing at free agency for DBs.
I got
You
you.
have
Okay.
to look at the market value for those guys because we got to pay Debo, we got to pay Bosa, those main priorities, and then we got candidates that needs to be off the team as well, like Jimmy. That's a big chunk of the money. Simpson Ebukam, that could be a part too. What's his name? D Ford. That's a big part. So that's money right there we can be saving with just those three guys alone. Being
But I
off
thought
the
that was
49ers.
already a fact that they was letting go of D Ford. I mean,
Yeah.
didn't he
I thought
post
they
that
were
himself?
too.
He ended up coming out posting that himself.
I mean, do you really believe what the 49ers are saying, even if he comes out and posted himself?
Yeah, you're right about
Well,
that.
no. The thing about the D Ford is that it's all that dead cap money because he's still under contract. He has a lot of
Yeah.
guaranteed left, and
Yeah.
he's still. It's probably 10 million that we'd have to eat. That's the thing about D Ford, unless like he comes out and says I retire, or we find somebody to trade him to, which I doubt. Like
I
I
We
think
don't
it's like,
really,
if
we
he
don't really
retires, do we
save
get that money?
anything.
If he retires, did we get that money?
yeah.
Back or
If
no?
he
That's
retires,
only
I
if he
believe
retires.
if he
Okay.
retires, if we can get him to retire, then we don't have to eat that on the cap. But to JC Jackson, I think he's going to want about 10 million a year. He's making 3.3 now.
I think 15, if I'm not mistaken. That's what we said, wasn't it? Somewhere around there
So
between 10, 15.
yeah, I think that's what I concluded to was like these. I don't think we'll have the money to pay a free agent like Gilmore or JC. I would still try to get somebody like early in the second. I like I said, I would mock us getting a 4 for Jimmy or maybe a 3 or whatever we get and using that to like go get that playmaker. That's what I've been preaching the entire time. That's what I would do. Try to get that guy in the early second round.
So we all in.
You guys think Ebukam has to be doing a bad job for us or no?
It's not about skills, it's all about money.
Money, yeah. I didn't even talk about money. I just want to know if he be that bad or not because of his skill position.
I mean, he came alive towards the back end of the season.
Yeah, that's true.
How do you guys feel about Ambry Thomas?
I like him.
He's gonna be all, he gonna be all right.
Yeah,
Listen,
I think so too.
Yeah.
I'm biased on that. He's a Michigan player, so yes, I love him. I mean, he's awesome right now. And then he showed out better than what I think a lot of people gave him at first. You know, he started off slow, but you seen game by game him progressing. And it was crazy because I had seen a tweet, like even in the middle of the season, it was like, you know, you got to put these young guys in. We're getting these draft picks and using them. And they're like, but they're not getting time in. We're putting in the veterans. When one person goes out, we bought in Josh Norman. They're like, we're bringing in more instead of letting the young guys eat. He come in and
Josh Norman.
In other words, if I'm understanding correctly, what you're saying is we got too much money tied up in the veterans.
too much.
Yeah, because
I get they were names at one point as Josh Norman, but you got to understand, like we did it with Richard Sherman, and then look what happened. We doing with Josh Norman. We pulled it. I mean, how many times can you do it before you say, "Hey, man, we just throwing stuff out here for a name"?
We're gonna do some restructuring. I was reading somewhere that we should end up 50 million to play with.
so
Once we get
deal,
once we get rid of Jimmy and do some restructuring, some other guys, we should have about 50 million.
Hey, Mike, who do you think they restructure since you're talking about that?
We're
Just top of your
definitely going to
head.
restructure. What the fuck? I'm trying to remember his name.
Damn, I wish they could restructure Kittle ass.
Exactly. Maverick,
Get back
exactly.
some of that money.
Hell yes.
Ward. We're going to restructure Ward.
yeah, he'll
Hey,
do it.
hey, I showed you that picture. Remember Maverick?
He's already talking about it.
I showed you that picture. Remember Maverick? I showed you that picture.
Yeah.
About restructuring him. Yep.
Yeah.
Ryan,
Yes.
what do you think about the Ebukam signing? Did you like it? Do you think he met your expectations or?
Ebukam?
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought he actually did pretty good. To me, he did, but he is definitely No Bosa. He's back and forth with friggin' Ford because he doesn't get hurt like Ford did. Put it that way. He didn't get hurt like Ford did. He's in there playing his ass off. How many sacks did he have? Do you know how many sacks he had this year?
It's a good
Rough
question.
hand. Sorry, I got my stuff to do while I'm talking, so I just want to make sure. We all know friggin' Bosa had about 16, 17 altogether.
He had 4.5.
4.5.
I like Arden
And-
Key this year.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
me
mean,
too.
hey, I agree with that too. 100K, hell yeah, he came from Faders, and he said he loves this scheme better and way better than Faders.
I would love to keep him.
Oh my god,
I hope we
love
do.
seeing
I
him
really
too.
hope we do. That was a surprise for me because I remember when we got him, I was like, I ain't even gonna lie, I was one of the people like, who is this guy? I was like, what are we doing? Who is it? And then he just, I mean, it was like, oh, he played on the Raiders and he was all right. It's like, I never heard of him too much, and he surprised me.
What are we talking about?
Did they rotate?
How much
Did
is
they
he gonna
rotate
want, though?
Ibukam? They rotate him in the middle, or they use him when he
In the
outside
middle.
linebacker? Middle. I figured.
Abicum
What we
was edge. So how about if you cut like you just say Abicum?
Mhm.
If you cut him, it's 1.7 million in dead cap money. If you sign him, if you keep him throughout, it's a 8.2 million cap hit. So that's so you can if you're gonna keep Key and then you say you cut Abicum and then you go edge rusher and at the 11th if you have it.
Mm-hmm.
It's a lot of moving pieces as well. Because that
Like
becomes
Mike-
on a 12 million 2-year deal.
Like Mike said, we were doing a lot of restructuring this year. Like last year or a year before that, all those were free agents. We did about 95% of them, at least 90% of them. This year, mostly the same time too, same thing, but a lot of restructuring too. All the ones we want to keep. So, I mean, went from that to quarterback possibilities. So, me, I just don't want a Cam Newton at all. That's definitely
Don't
off
like
table with me.
Cam Newton.
That's off table for me. Oh my God.
Why
Like
How
I
do you
said,
feel about how do you feel about Tyrod?
Who was that again?
Tyrod Taylor.
I like him. He's good.
I think he's
Yeah.
gonna come. I think
Yeah.
I think that's a good pickup. I mean, just for mentoring and just the simple fact of the style of play. I'm a big person that if you're gonna have a backup, at least have the same kind of style, so you don't have to switch up too much. You get people, you got okay, my star is gonna be a Deshaun Watson, and my backup is a Mitchell Trubisky. So if Deshaun get hurt, you're like, well, plays got to change.
Yep.
And it's a drastic change. It's not just it's not a little change. I feel like you should at least keep the same scheme plots.
Yeah, even Troy from Faithful Boys. Shout out to you, bud. But he actually picked Tyrod Taylor first.
It also comes back to Anthony Lynn. He brings him everywhere.
Right.
Mhm.
That's exactly. Good point.
Yep.
Yep.
So we all good with backup quarterback possibilities.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Which one you want in first next? I guess I'll go to the first one I put in here. The first winner. Player buy-in. Our vets bought in Trey Lance. Into Trey Lance, I'm sorry. I know, Ron, I think you put up there. Pretty sure it was you that put up there. What does that mean by, do you think?
Yeah, I don't know. Open up for discussion. Do we think that first let's
Nope.
start off with like some of these rumors that came out by Uncle Joe, and then just to talk all the way through the entire season, like, do we think that at this point some of these players are bought all the way into Trey Lance as a starter next year?
Nope.
I feel
I
it's a
think
lot.
some are, some aren't.
Yeah.
I mean, you got Trent Williams. He's speaking highly of him. Ward has. A lot of players who don't really bullshit, they have come out to say he's the guy. I think Kittle is just one of the guys that will always support who's the QB, and at the time it was Jimmy, so he had to back Jimmy. now that he pretty much knows Jimmy's gone, now you see Kittle starting to change his tune, and he's kind of backing up Trey Lance.
Man, Kittle's still wishy-washy on that decision. You can see it on his face. Come on, let's be real about it. Every question. Listen. I love Kittle. I love the guy, but damn, I want him to be on board with the young kid if he wants to be a Niner. You feel me? Support the guy.
But you gotta understand, Jimmy was his boy. That's what it is, Jimmy.
Yeah, because Jimmy couldn't throw the damn ball nowhere else but the middle. Of course, he gonna love Jimmy for that.
So he's worried that he's not gonna get the ball as much. Man, you gotta understand.
Are you serious? Did you not see that play he caught from Trey Lance? One hand down the middle, and we got a flag for it. Come on, man. And listen, all Kittle have to do is get on board with the fucking program. If they come up to him and ask him for a restructure, of course, sir. Let's go. Let's sit at this table and just give me what I'm worth. You know, it don't have to be all the way through, but it's something to keep me here with the Niners to keep this thing rolling. Other than that, I think it all really comes down to a discussion, bro, about money with Kittle. That's all it really comes down to.
Okay, Maverick, thank you for bringing that up. I was thinking about this about a couple of days ago when I was taking my wife to work. You were just talking about reconstruction and Jimmy when the money was. How much you think he's worth? Exactly.
Jimmy?
Oh, we talking Jimmy?
Yeah, Jimmy G. If we reconstruct him and get him back for this year.
There's no reconstruction for Jimmy.
I'm just saying. It's a question. It's the reason why I was
hypothetical.
Asking. Yes. I got my number out
right now. What is he getting? 27.
He's 27 this year.
What's the mid-tier quarterback get right now?
Probably 10 to 15.
I give him about 19 to 20. I show him that much respect.
Yeah,
I give him that much respect just because he was a Niner and he was part of a winning system. So he wasn't the reason we was winning.
Mav, you being really nice.
Yeah, thank you, Drew. Thank you, Drew.
You being really nice.
Thank you, Drew.
I'm just saying, bro. He was part of a winning system. He wasn't the reason we was winning. He was just
there you go. That is the best way to say it. The system.
That's all.
It was designed around it.
What do you got, Ron?
So
if we do keep, I'm just saying if.
Yeah,
not saying 100% possibility. Okay.
It always falls back to the money with me. So average pay. Let's just say he asked who average pay is. So you got people like Fitzpatrick, Bridgewater making 10 to 11 a year.
Yeah, but you said Jimmy was better than Carson Wentz.
Yeah, no, I did not. Oh wait, I did. Did I?
Yes,
I did. I did.
I said it.
Yeah, I did say that. You're right. Yeah, he is.
Even if you didn't say it, you co-signed to it.
No, he
I'll
is.
Give Jimmy
yeah.
15 a year. 15 a year is my number for him.
And look, Carson Wentz makes $32 million a year.
Yeah, you see what I'm saying? You say he was better.
He is. No. So we already know that was a bad deal, but Jimmy is. He is. I truly believe he is. I honestly still don't think that he deserves that much money, and I don't think Carson Wentz obviously does. So I think this is unrealistic probably, but I would pay Jimmy. I would offer him 10 to 15 million.
Okay,
that's a solid number. When you say 10,
Drew.
that's a.
Yeah, Drew, man, go for it, man. You got the spotlight for this one.
Good. 10. He said 10 to 15. That's a solid number. Because, like I said, Matt was being nice saying, look, I give him about right there because, I mean, at the same time, like you said, he was surrounded by a system. Put him in a different system. What's going to be your outcome? Are you going to waste your money to say, will this work in the same? It's a different system. So now you're going to pay the money. You're like, well, it's not the 49er system, and this is not going to work like this.
You know what happens is a different system, so Jimmy's going to have to actually play ball. That's all.
No, I'm just like
that's all.
Play ball? What kind of ball he's playing?
He's gonna have to actually play ball. But nah, like you said, I was being generous, and I had to be generous to him. I've been mean to Jimmy all season long. Matter of fact, I've been mean to him all for like his whole tenure over here with the 49ers. But just because he rocked that red and gold, Before he even stepped foot, even put a 49ers uniform on, I said hell no to Jimmy G.
All right, well, I feel wrong because guess what? I did give him a chance. When they said it was him and Kirk Cousins, I picked Jimmy G. I might sound crazy, but I did. I picked Jimmy G. I just wasn't a big Kirk Cousins fan at the time, and I felt like
I wanted Kirk Cousins because he already knew the system.
No.
So say Jimmy goes to their team and he balls out and has an MVP year. How would everyone feel about that?
I don't care.
Do you really see that happening?
Exactly. That's the real question. Is that going to happen?
Stranger things have happened.
MVP year? I mean, in order for a quarterback to have an MVP season, don't they need to at least toss for more than 4,000 yards?
Maybe he goes out there with his vendetta and just does it. I don't think he will.
Don't they need to also put up like 30 plus touchdowns? Has Jimmy done that?
Pretty much.
Hey Chuck, what number you got?
Huh?
What number you got for Jimmy G? Price wise.
Look, he finna go high. He like Jimmy G.
I think we did.
He's about to pay him more.
But
what you say?
I think we did him wrong, but that's just my feeling.
We defined by wrong. See, we mean wrong.
I told you.
I mean, like when they
like
said,
Carson Wentz.
when they no, I'm not a Carson Wentz fan either. But when they said whether he goes to the Super Bowl or not, it ain't gonna save his job. And me personally, if I like playing sports, but if you're gonna say something like that, I don't know if I would have. I don't know if I would have played up to my ability.
But
I might have just said, "Oh, they gonna get rid of me anyway."
But let me tell you how that came about.
Jimmy played to his ability this year. We all saw it.
Yeah, he did.
Actually, Jimmy played. Jimmy played a hell of a lot
better,
more than Jimmy. I'm just gonna say more than Jimmy.
Yeah, I guess you could say it like that. Well, the thing was, Chuck, when they said that, he kind of already figured that when they made the move of getting Trey Lance. They already had it set, like, we really need a teaching class because they had a look of how much they gave up to get Trey Lance. Trey Lance was brought there to be a starter. They knew it wasn't going to be a first year. So Jimmy really had to play his butt off to get his value up. So they was like, all right, you either play, get your value up, but you know you're not really going to be here long because we got him for that reason. What was that? That was like 2 first-round draft picks back-to-back of 1 year and another year, and that's a high number. They're looking at that like, all right, we gave up a high number for this guy to just say, hey, we're going to sit him on bench under Jimmy for another year or another year after that.
Well, all I got to say about that is if you got Trey Lance to be a starter, then why didn't you throw him in there like they threw Josh Allen in there and just let him learn? And then, a lot of people say, I heard a lot of people say this. And there was a guy on the show that said this. I think it was Paul. And I heard somebody where I live here in Carolina. They said it. Let's put it like this. Brett Favre was, I want to say, Al Rodgers was behind Brett Favre for a lot of years. So was Steve Young behind Joe Montana for a lot of years. So sometimes.
Hold on, Chuck. I'm sorry to cut you. Again, those conversations to me are irrelevant for the simple fact that those two guys that you named already had played in the NFL. Still had plays in college and in the NFL.
I'm not saying that, but I'm saying what they're saying is a lot of times to learn the system, you stay behind a veteran for a lot of years, and then you learn the system.
That's fine. That would have been fine had Trey Lance played 3 years of college and not get picked the third round and the third pick of the first round. That would have been just fine. But when you go out reaching for the stars like that,
you gotta make sure you got what you want. Yeah.
You can't have mixed feelings like that. Aaron Rodgers played since he was a little kid all the way through college. So his only downtime was those 4 years behind Brett Favre. And he was still playing at that time. Might not have been playing like a starter, but he was practicing. So he never missed football. I guess that's what I'm trying to say. Steve Young, when he came out of BYU, straight into the USFL, then got picked up by the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, then got traded to the San Francisco 49ers and set behind Joe Money. You're talking to about two guys who never had downtime until they got behind those veterans.
And
Chicago didn't have downtime. They threw him right in there.
Who did?
Josh Allen. They threw him right in there.
They had no choice.
Yeah, they didn't have nobody.
They have no choice.
So true, Drew. So true.
And he was awful for the first 2 years.
If Buffalo had Jim Kelly on their damn roster still, best believe Josh Allen ass would have been sitting out for 4 years.
So do you all think sitting out 4 years behind a veteran is good or is it bad?
And then,
4 years is way too long. I thought it was 2 years.
Yeah.
Well, 2 years, whatever. Do you think it's good or bad?
If you said, I feel like this.
Your whole rookie contract.
Okay, I feel like this. In the same situation, say they keep Jimmy, right? And they sit Trey Lance out a whole nother year, and it makes the whole nother year. That says something about that player and Trey Lance.
Yeah, exactly.
That's going to be different. But they're looking at it as,
especially if it's Jimmy.
Yeah, they're looking at it as they sat him out this year because, like, people forget Trey Lance's last year was literally a 1-game play, and then he sat out. Yeah. So he skipped the whole year, and then he had to retrain. And then you're not only retraining as you retrained in college, now you have to retrain as a professional level. So that's a big step. And you're like, we can't just throw you into the wolves. Like, here you go. Mm-hmm. So they kept Jimmy, knowing Jimmy was going to leave, but it was definitely meant for him to be a starter.
See, I agree with Drew in so many instances. Like, if you keep Jimmy, or even bring somebody like Carson Wentz, or even from around Fitzpatrick to start over Trey Lance, that is saying something about Trey Lance. But if you bring somebody in like Tom Brady, that's just saying that, okay, the 49ers have a chance to take it all away with the GOAT. That's what he's claimed to be. And why not? That's another opportunity you just can't pass up on.
No, and I believe that rumor was just, I think that's really, like, if it is a truth behind it, it's just for get their Super Bowl.
No, I'm just saying, if it's a player like Tom Brady to come in and then you have to sit Trey Lance again, that's just the 49ers saying that we're not passing up on that chance again to get Tom Brady. But if you bring back Jimmy or a player like Carson Wentz, Ryan Fitzpatrick, or even Derek Carr, and they start over Trey Lance, now I feel like you feel that's saying something about Trey Lance.
I think it says it more about the 49ers than it does Trey Lance.
So?
Do you think okay, if you throw Trey Lance in there this year, okay, I don't feel that we make the Super Bowl. I feel that we just don't, because it's going to take a couple of years for him to adapt to the program. So I feel that we might make Super Bowl next year with him in there, but it's going to take a couple years for him to adapt to that's the way I feel.
Do you feel like? Hold on. So let me ask you, Chuck.
He's a rookie. He ain't never played. He sat behind Jimmy. You throw him in there this year, his first year playing. So, I mean, okay. What do you?
Okay, I mean, I understand what you're saying, but at the time, I'm gonna put an example. When Pittsburgh won their Super Bowl at that time, I think it was Ben Roethlisberger ended up being one of the youngest quarterbacks to win the Super Bowl at that time. And he was only like in a couple years after. And you were saying learning the system. Sometimes that sit out that year does help them learn the system. And they might know more than what is shown until they actually get on the field. I believe Trey Lance can make it to the Super Bowl if the pieces still fit like they did this year. You got to think, if Jimmy could take him this far, think of somebody who could have made a better decision in the fourth quarter instead of we had another timeout and still more time instead of throwing it straight up in the air and makes a better decision on that same play.
That's true. I agree with you. But if they thought that, then why didn't they pull Jimmy then and put Trey Lance in?
I asked that question. I was really confused from watching that game. I was waiting, like, all right, any moment now, we about to see Trey Lance. At any moment, I'm about to scream Trey every.
But I was, that's
Again, do you believe everything the Niners tell you?
Exactly.
So I just,
It's Kyle playing his chess with his quarterbacks.
Hey, hold on, man. Mike done went straight incognito on us, like for real.
I'm here.
Mike-
I'm here.
Yeah, I can tell he's there though. I can just sense it. That's all.
so.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm just excited to see. I want to see what he brings. Actually, I mean, even with like you said, what the vets are saying. I mean, I've heard both. Like Joe Montana said his piece. Steve Young gave him good thumbs up. I mean, they got pictures of Steve Young meeting him at the practices to talk to him, and even like they said, he's gave him tips. He's like, I see myself in him. Then you got guys like Joe Montana say what they say. But at the same time, Joe Montana's a little bitter. Steve Young, the one who took his spot in the first place,
But did y'all see on Facebook where I don't know if it's true. I just seen it on Facebook because that's what I got. And where they said Joe Montana wanted to be the quarterback coach. Did y'all see that?
He does not want to be the quarterback coach.
I when I seen that, I was like, oh, what?
Thank you, Mike.
But I was just like,
Thank you, Mike.
I am so confident in Trey Lance. My buddy was in Vegas this weekend. I had him place a bet for me that the Niners go all the way. I have a ticket for the Niners winning the Super Bowl in Vegas.
Mike, I'm with you, man.
Wow.
I need to get in on that bet.
I'm so far with
I
you,
got a
Mike, on
question.
that. It's not even funny.
I got a
I
question.
think Joe
though, for-
Montana would be a terrible coach, by the way.
I was just about to ask that. Can he really be a coach? Like, for
I don't
real?
think he can.
He's
Now,
going to try to
Chuck.
turn you into the next Joe Montana.
Hey, Chuck, I want to ask you now. I know I asked you before. What was your number you were going to get Jimmy G? I was going somewhere. That's the reason why I was saying this.
I don't know. I guess 15. So
15?
I agree.
Okay. So, Mav, you said what now? I'm sorry.
I said
You
19.
19. Ron?
I said 10 to 15.
And then Mike, 20, right?
I said 15.
15. Drew?
I went with Ron. I said 10 to 15. I'm really at 11, honestly.
Guess what, guys? I'm lower than all of you. Sorry.
Where you at, Ryan?
7 or something?
10 to 12.
Jeez.
I'm serious.
Well, we're kind of the same. I said 11. I'm in
You
between.
don't deserve $10 more thousand. I'm sorry. You don't deserve.
No,
What if we don't
honestly-
get
honestly,
anything
though-
for Jimmy?
Yeah, I know. I'm saying, man.
What if
Yeah,
we don't
let
get
him.
nothing for Jimmy and then
They
we
keep him
have-
another year.
Right.
Yeah.
Or
he
not.
I'm
comes back
benching him.
as a
I'm
backup.
benching
Right.
him this time. If we
have
keep
a
him
backup.
another
We're going to
year,
be talking
backup.
next weekend
but
about
wait a minute,
who
you're
took Jimmy
benching
off our
him.
hands.
But wait a minute, you're benching him. But look how far he got you this year.
and look at the mistakes he made this year.
But
Thank you, Drew. Thank
listen, mistakes are going to be made. Not everybody's perfect.
Not for
Jimmy's
not for
making
an 8-year
rookie
starter.
mistakes in the league. How long?
Thank
You're
you.
right about
Thank
that.
you.
You know,
How long
I'm
has
sorry.
he been
I'm
here
sorry.
for?
I'm
How long
sorry.
has he been here for?
8-year
Listen,
player.
I like
4-year
the way-
starter.
I like the way when people say, "Yeah, but he has 2 Super Bowl rings." Hey, man, when
On the,
did he
on
play?
the bench.
When did he play in that Super Bowl?
He was on a
Like-
bench. With the Patriots, he was on a
Oh,
bench.
he learned.
My
Oh, his-
favorite
his-
stat from the year is he has the longest pass in the league this year. That 83-yard pass to Debo, but it was really like a 5-yard pass, and Debo ran most of the way, and he got the credit for it.
Dude, you cannot give a dude credit for digging us out of a hole he dug us into.
Thank you, Ron.
Jimmy is the firefighter and the arsonist at the same time.
I'm gonna put a prime example. The thing that made me say, "Yo, if I'm gonna do it, I was gonna bench Jimmy," is the game where we played. It was close to the end of the year. Who did we play? I think it was
if you was on bench Jimmy, you should have just benched his ass all the way through the Houston game and through the Rams game, all the way through the fucking playoffs.
Well, no, you can't
That
though.
was
You
the
can't though
opportunity.
because I'm telling you, they brought in Trey. They were hoping he beat out Jimmy. He didn't, and at the moment, from that point
There was
on,
no
once they named Jimmy the
competition.
starter, once
There
they
was no
named Jimmy the
competition.
starter, well, that's what they say. But I think once they brought in Trey and he didn't show what he had to show, I guess, early on, it became about keeping. I think the 49ers know Jimmy's not a first. I think they know
But
he's not a
still,
second.
Well, because you
But
also
still.
you couldn't have benched Jimmy because you're not going to have a $25 million backup.
Right. You can't do that.
We
You
got
gotta
to
cut
a
him.
point where we already
'Cause
had to pay him, so you're not going to have him sit on a bench and pay him $25 million, even though Trey's better.
No, so you gotta cut him if you can't get no trade for him.
Okay,
Right, because
see,
he's-
this is where it was. I'm sorry.
No,
What
go
I
ahead.
was saying was the game against the Titans. We literally had that win.
Mm-hmm.
And it just made me like, how did you not finish out the game? And I was wondering then, all right, well, Trey Lance is going to come in. All of a sudden, after the game comes out, he has an injury. Trey Lance starts the next game as the Texans and kill. So it really makes you think, like Chuck was asking, why would you sit him, bench for next year? Because of the mistakes, because of the, the finish. When you have somebody who's now probably, kind of caught up on speed and can do a little better, more diverse to move around the pocket if needed, instead of standing there or making decisions of, I'm scared to get hit, so let me just toss it up in the air.
Right.
I mean, you got more options now.
Why is it that every time Jimmy has a bad game, there's an injury? And then not only that,
I wasn't saying nothing, but I'm leaving. I wasn't gonna say nothing.
Look, no, I'm not a
There's
conspiracy
always an
theorist,
excuse. There is
but
always an excuse.
follow the pattern here. Every time he has a terrible game, his corner comes out and reports an injury. It's not the 49ers that do it. It's somebody on Jimmy's side that does it. And I think the 49ers allow him to do it. The 49ers allow him to do it because they know if they can blame an injury, it still keeps his value up there. And Jimmy's all about the image. It's about that next contract. He's got a good corner. He does. He's got a hell of an agent. And every time, and then if you bench him, how do you tell Jed York you're gonna bench the guy you just went and stuck your neck out for? You know what I mean? $27 million on the bench, that don't sit well.
If I'm not mistaken, he and Tom Brady share agents.
Really?
And you're telling the whole league that Jimmy is not worth what you want for him.
Yeah,
Propaganda.
I agree with that, Ron. No matter what, all the injury shit he does, but about that contract situation, about the reconstruction of him sitting with the agent, whoever said that on this panel, that's exactly what you're gonna do. Take that paper, slap it on the table. This is what we're giving you right here. If you don't like it, you get the hell out of here. We got a Trey Lance. I'm telling you, I'm running Trey Lance all the way. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
That's where I'm going.
Which Patriot defensive player came out and put Jimmy on blast?
Bennett. Michael Bennett.
What did he call him exactly? Do you remember?
Yeah, he called him a scary ass something.
Did he call him a bitch? Was it a bitch or a pussy?
Yeah, right. Because he left them hanging, and then he didn't make a decision until he said 5 minutes before game time that he wasn't gonna go.
Yeah, then Jacoby Brissett was more banged up than he was, and he
still went. Mm-hmm.
Oh wow!
Jacoby Brissett earned a lot of respect from was it Michael Bennett, right? You say?
Yeah, Michael Bennett.
He earned a lot of respect from Bennett that day, and Jimmy lost a lot of respect.
And teams know that. Teams are listening, and I honestly think that they may just be sitting back. All right, you got to release him anyway. I know you're not gonna pay this dude this year. They can just sit back and wait for him to cut him,
and then pick up.
We don't get anything
for cheap too.
And then exactly, and then we can sign him back as a quarterback. I mean, as a backup. That's why I'm like, I don't even know that we'll get anything for him. People
So
may just sit back and let him release him.
So even if trade panned out, let's say that scenario was to come to life. Jimmy gets cut by the 49ers, another team picks him up on the cheap deal. And even if trade pans out and take us to the playoff, I'm not even gonna say Super Bowl, I'm just gonna say the playoffs, right? Does that still make that deal look bad?
What's up, Melissa? Shout out to Melissa, our first
How you
time.
doing, Melissa?
Woo!
Yeah, what up?
What's up? What's up, fellas? What's up, girl? How you
Now,
doing?
does that make that trade look bad?
What was that, Mav? I'm sorry.
If everybody got caught up on Melissa. See what you did, Melissa? You just ruled the whole thing.
Fill everybody off. Fill everybody off.
That's what's up, though. But now, let's say you do end up cutting Jimmy. Another team gets him for the cheap. Trey Lance still succeed, takes us to the playoffs. I'm not going as far as I'm not saying Super Bowl. I'm just going to say playoffs for right now, right? That's just a scenario. Does that make that trade look bad? Would that go down as one of the worst 49er trades in history?
For Trey?
I mean, for the organization, because I mean, the whole plan was to play Jimmy from day one, and hopefully we get a first round for him. Now we don't even get a trade offer, and we have to cut him. How does that trade look?
You're right. Look bad. It's gonna look bad.
Would it go down as one of the worst trades in 49er history?
Not too much, I don't think.
Yeah.
Really, but it was because of the trade and everything, and they didn't play him last year and everything. But I still believe it's going to be trade day.
No, I'm just saying your whole plan as an organization was to get a first round pick for this guy. Now you don't get that, and now not even an offer. Now you end up having to cut him.
I don't think we're going to get first round for him. I'm telling you, they won't.
If Trey balls out and takes us to the playoffs, then it's all out the window.
Do you believe
that? But that's what they need. Like he said, even if you don't get the first round, that's what they're definitely going to need. He's going to definitely have
ball out.
It's going to make it even worth anything.
Yeah, but the 49ers plans was not to oh Lord have mercy, Manningham and Jacob.
There we go.
The worst trades. Okay. I can see that. I can really see that. She went all the way to the Giants over there, though, but that's cool.
Especially Jacob.
Shout out to Melissa.
Really bad.
What? For real. But no, I'm saying your whole plan was not for Trey to take over the organization and take you to the Super Bowl nor the playoff. The plan was to try to get a first round for Jimmy. That, after you made that trade for Trey. So the question goes down to, even if Trey balls out and you end up having to cut Jimmy and not even trade him nor even get an offer for him, how does that trade look? That draft trade itself.
He's talking about the Trey Lance trade and how bad it looked for Jimmy G.
No, how bad would it look for the 49ers?
49ers.
Or Kyle and John Lynch.
Because that's really who the plan was made by. Was Kyle and John, because the whole thing was to get a starting quarterback, but still come back around and get that first. So he's right. I mean, it'll look bad for the organization because you don't get it. But like I said, and Ron was saying, the only way that they can twist it is Trey gonna have to ball out. Because other than that, we don't get our first round pick and we don't make it to a playoff.
I mean, Trey balling out will solidify the pick. That's fine and dandy. But I'm just talking about just how bad it just looked for them, period. How, because I mean, it really don't seem like they can make big splashes and stick like for 2-3 years. It just like boom, flashes, and that's it. We may have that one player that just flourished in the second year and he just takes off like a Debo.
I think they'll get a pass. I think they'll look like, obviously, once again, Kyle being too late on Trey, like sitting him this whole year was unnecessary.
They took the bath back.
But I think they'll get a pass because especially Jimmy fans will go back and be like, well, it doesn't really matter if they didn't get anything. We still went to the NFC Championship game with them, so I don't think it's that bad, to be honest with you, if we don't get what they were hoping for. But a couple of things have to fall in line. Yeah, Trey has to ball out. If he doesn't, then yeah, they're both fired.
I agree with that,
Well-
Ron, right there. I agree with that 100%. I do.
But if Trey balls out and he just absolutely lights it up, we're in the playoffs again next year, then honestly, it's gonna not even be remembered, to be honest with you.
So,
Besides
you
us
want
getting more frustrated and saying, why the hell was Trey sitting the whole time anyway?
Exactly.
So
So,
you
Ron,
want-
let me ask you on something on that. So you say he has to ball out. Now, do you feel like it would make good if he makes it to the first round and say he loses, or does he have to get past that first round?
I guess it depends on who you ask. If you ask me, if he gets to the playoffs and gets to the first round, it's a win. But if you ask a Jimmy fan, if he doesn't win a Super Bowl, it's a bust. But if you're asking me, I think if Trey goes to the playoffs, dude, I think it's still a win. Like, it's still promising. Like,
Got you.
yeah, I'm good with it.
I agree with you 100% on that, Melissa. I do. The trade for Reuben Foster was a bust. The entire 17 is gone aside from Kittle and Jones. Trade capital isn't bigger than Jimmy being gone.
That was
That's
a terrible
very true.
first round. That was terrible. I think that was a Solomon Thomas round, too.
Yeah,
Mhm.
Solomon Thomas, he came first, then Reuben Foster came.
Like I
And then
said,
they went-
we
they got-
Did we reach for the
Rams.
What was that, Mike?
Hey, Mike, go,
Like I
Mike.
said earlier, we picked better in the later rounds.
Yeah.
But to the point, if Trey balls out, no one's going to care what we gave up for him. It doesn't matter if we
Right.
get anything back for Jimmy. No one's going to think about it. I mean, you look at the Rams. They gave up how much to get Jared Goff, and then they gave up more to get rid of Jared Goff. And no one's even talking about that because they won a Super Bowl.
I'll still question Kyle's decision making, which I do anyway, but
Yeah, that's a
I mean, me personally, I'm not even worried about if Trey balls out or not. If he balls out, that's great. So it shows me that hold on, what big trade up only blow up if they damn.
the big trade up only blow up if they end poorly.
Okay.
Like Rosen,
Like-
Wentz, Goff, RG3.
Wow.
Melissa coming in with the big guns. She's coming
I'm
with big
trying
guns.
to tell you. But
Melissa.
I mean, I just feel like the way I'm looking at it, I guess, is because of the plan they had in motion. You know, just that's what we want. We turned down the second round just because we want that first. We're gonna keep playing Jimmy, even if he's hurt or whatever. We're gonna use that injury status to keep him in the game and not look bad, and just to build his toughness. So when all that come to play, I feel like whether Trey Lance balls out or not, you're gonna have some people like me who goes back and look at, okay, where is Jimmy now? How did he panned out? Did the 49ers actually trade him off, or did they cut him? Because if they cut him, I feel like that was a bad plan, not so much of a bad trade, I guess I should say.
I see what you're saying. I completely see what you're saying.
You see,
Yeah,
so
there
I
would
mean,
be a lot of questions. So
yeah, so I mean, I wouldn't even worry about Trey balling out, because Trey's gonna be Trey.
Mhm.
He's gonna come out there and do what he's been waiting to do.
Yep, exactly. Exactly, man.
I'm
Yeah,
just
I'm going-
questioning.
I'm
bounce
still
off.
wondering why they said no to Brady the first
Yeah,
time.
see?
I'm still wondering.
And like
why they
Melissa
said no to
just
Brady the
said,
first time
Reuben
right after the
Foster.
Super
I
Bowl.
mean, yeah, see, they say no to Brady, but they called about Rodgers. Melissa just mentioned Reuben
Yeah, I
Foster,
get you.
and now if this plan, if they end up having to cut Jimmy, now you really, really have to, question their decision making for real.
My thoughts on this
Mhm.
about Trey Lance in the locker room. I don't think there's nothing wrong with his ability inside the locker room. I think everybody loves him. You know, it's all love in that locker room. It really is. To me, it is. But if it was anything else, I'm sure it would have came out by now. Unless they're hiding it somehow, but I don't think it is. What do you guys think about this one? About the I'm sorry. I don't know who answered this already.
Yeah.
I forget who answered it. I know we
Yeah, we did.
Okay, we did. Okay, so make sure. Okay, I'm sorry, Maverick, man. Sorry, man. I didn't mean to cut you off
No,
like
you
that. I'm
good.
sorry.
You good. You good. I was just about to say it's funny how as soon as the season ended, all of a sudden Trey Lance is ready to take over the rim.
Because I think he was always ready. I'm be honest with you.
Yeah.
I think he was always ready. The whole thing was he couldn't, when they really felt like he was ready, they couldn't really put him in because it would have made Shanahan feel like he looked dumb to keep starting this guy Jimmy, and that was his guy he wanted to stick with. And then Trey Lance come out and show out Jimmy while you kept him over the trade deadline. It would have made him look bad. He would have had to look at it. Well, why haven't you started this guy all season? Now you got to explain yourself.
Yeah.
It was like, you know what? I'll wait till the season. Then we'll say, oh, he's great. He's ready. Let's throw out these little videos of him practicing, and he's out here looking almost like Patrick Mahomes, the way he's passing, and all these passes are so great. And they're like, well, what was this during the season? Oh, he just started these videos. So, I mean, it makes it look good and get ready for the next season. That's all that was.
So then from a decision-making perspective, yes, it definitely makes Kyle again look.
I'm telling you.
Look clueless.
Now, I get the Dante Pettis thing, but like, why did we really let Kendrick Bourne go? Like,
I have no idea.
I was thinking the same thing when they did it. I was thinking the same thing.
And then he actually kind of showed out at the Patriots. I was mad. Like every time he got a touchdown, I was getting mad. Like, dang, going it.
But dude, look at what she just put down in the comment right there, bro. Pettis at first started drama.
He got it.
Yeah, because when he went out there to New York, bro, he started looking like, bro, why we okay? I get it, I seen it, but then when you look at Kendrick Bourne, he was like, dude, like for real, why we let him go?
Mav, so Bourne's he's worth $5 million a year right now in New England. Are you paying him that?
So was it the money thing? Was that why?
So he's $15 million a year. Mm-hmm. So $15 million a year, $5 million per year. Is that not doable for us?
I would have.
$5 million a year? I thought it was a lot higher than that.
Was it higher? Because I really it really shocked me when I seen that happen. Like I really didn't know if it was skills or if it was money or if it was some kind of like, okay, we just don't want you here no more because we have some kind of drama. But again, Dante Pettis, I could understand. Like he really showed that he couldn't get with the program, but he showed flashes when he went to New York. I guess New York is a little bit easier for him to grasp the concept to it. If that's cool, that's cool. But Kendrick Bourne had always puzzled me. I actually like the kid.
They were because they were like even since like maybe 2 games left and they already said they're letting them just free agency. We don't even care.
Hey Mike, what do you think about Kendrick Bourne?
I liked him, but I think the wide receiver roster we're building, we're fine.
Mm-hmm.
I think Juwan, he's showing some glimpses of what Bourne was for us. So I don't think we needed to pay him.
I agree with that, Melissa. I agree with that 100%. Made me laugh when everyone lost it when KB had a touchdown throw. Crazy, especially on Twitter. Yeah.
Right.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I like JJ. Jennings, I love Jennings. I'm good with him.
Yeah. But see,
love JJ.
Jennings wasn't on the team then, though. That's what I'm saying.
Well, that's why they let him walk, though, was to draft his replacement.
Was it to get Jennings, though?
That's what I'm saying. It's like, okay, so did they just not respect his game and thought he was going to get a lot more because they didn't even offer anything, and then boom, New England took him.
Yes, I agree with that too.
That's Melissa. A good point. Yep.
Oh yes,
much better.
I agree 100%. I do.
Mm-hmm.
I agree 100%, Melissa.
Maybe Kyle didn't. There were some things Kyle didn't like about Bourne, and they just let him walk.
Kyle loves our receivers to be just physical. Go out there and block.
Yeah.
Were you guys surprised when they let go Trent Taylor?
No.
No,
I didn't think so. I didn't think so.
I thought
didn't
they
think
took
so.
too long with him.
Yeah.
Yes, I agree with that 100% too.
I
Yeah,
think they
I
took.
agree.
I ain't gonna lie to you. I think they took too long with Trent Taylor, and I think they took too long with Hurd.
Yeah,
I'm like, they kept
Hurd,
waiting for
yeah.
a great receiver out of it, and they was like, well, when he comes back, he'll do this. When he comes back healthy, he'll do this. And I'm like, okay, I see where he could be physical. He's a big guy. It just, man, I was like, all right, he can't stay healthy. Are they gonna keep another year? Okay. No, he can't stay healthy. We're gonna try this again.
And see,
I was just
and this
waiting.
that's always been my thing too. Like we cut Kendrick Bourne, but yet we keep Jalen Hurd and stuff like that. Like for real. I mean, I would have cut him. I would have cut him after year two. Once he
Exactly.
showed me he couldn't get on the field again. And Jared McKinnon was another one. I liked him when he was in Minnesota, but yeah, when we picked him up, dude,
I don't know why we kept him for so long. I was waiting. I was like, man, this guy. I think what he was like within a third year before he touched the field. Actually,
yeah,
like an actual, not a preseason. I'm talking about an actual season. He was in his third year before he actually touched it. Like, what was that about? That's just whole money. Like, but because they're waiting for him to be that good player. That's what it was. We're waiting to see that explosive player, like you said, at the Vikings.
Yeah, we're too patient with these players, like with injured players, like for real.
You know, listen, patience don't win them Super Bowls, man, that you all want to get to.
They don't. They really
and
don't.
these are all Kyle handpicked players.
Yep.
No, believe me, I had high hopes on Hurd. I did. Melissa, I had real high hopes on Joe.
I did too. I mean, he is big.
Him.
He was a big physical dude. Like that when he did do the preseason game.
Yeah,
he got 2 touchdowns against the Cowboys, and you watch him boulder over guys like running in. Yeah, I was like, if he stay healthy, yeah, that would have been very good. That would have been very good. But you can't.
If I'm not mistaken, did he not play like 3 positions, or did he transition?
He started off at running back in Tennessee. Mm-hmm. He went to Baylor and played wide receiver and tight end.
No, he didn't start off as running back in Tennessee. He went to Tennessee and became a running back because he was
okay.
Yeah. Because then he played quarterback as well.
I don't know. I
believe he did.
Back,
yeah, I was about to say I knew he was a running back. I didn't know about the quarterback.
No, he transitioned to a running back. He started off in college. He started off in another position, a wide receiver or something like that. He was a receiver.
I thought it was the other way around, but
yeah, because when he switched teams, when he went, he switched teams and went to being a wide receiver / tight end. They was using him at both.
Yeah, because he was drafted as a receiver, so.
Because he ended his career in Tennessee, did he not?
So here's what I think. I could be wrong. Correct me, somebody.
No,
I think he was Alvin Kamara.
In college, he ended in Baylor.
Was it in Baylor?
Yeah.
Yeah. As a receiver.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
Man.
So okay. Because I remember him in Tennessee as a running back. But before he became a running back in Tennessee, he also played another position at Tennessee. Then he transitioned to being a running back.
With Bobby T gone,
I need to look that up for. Go ahead.
Bobby T gone. Mm-hmm. That being Juice Buddy, do you see him going off to McDonald's in Miami or LaFleur in New York Jets? I guess you want to call him. Possibility. Let's say possibility. I'm not saying
look like everybody following McDaniels in Miami, so I wouldn't be surprised.
Pissed me off. Dead legs playing hard to KC for KC. The same thing Jack Rabbit did when he went from New York Giants to New Orleans Saints. Players like that are. Melissa, I won't lie. I can't say that word right. So if anybody help me, go right ahead.
Infuriating.
Thank you. I can't say that word right. Thanks a lot, man. Thanks a lot for helping me on that. I got 5 minutes left, kids. My kids, my guys, got 5 minutes left. So I just want to let you know.
Cold down there.
Listen, man, I'm just waiting to see how this combine works. Wait to get to these drafts. Free agency, I think, is going to be crazy. I honestly believe, I've been telling people, it's going to be some shocks. It's going to be, I think we're even going to shock in this free agency. Something just tells me it's going to be blow. Some surprise trade, somebody that we're not thinking of 49ers, like he said, do you ever really know what the 49ers is doing? You never really
next week the combine, right? Or not? Next weekend?
This week, I
Yeah,
thought.
This week?
it
Okay,
started-
this week,
yeah,
okay.
it
I wasn't too
started on
sure.
the 8th, I think.
Go ahead, Drew. Go
It
ahead, Drew.
started tomorrow.
It's
Start
tomorrow.
Does it start
Well,
tomorrow?
Coverage, I believe.
Holy
And
shit.
then it usually starts Thursday, Friday. and
Yeah, that's what I
Saturday.
thought it was. But
Okay, I got
hey,
you.
that's an
Okay.
early start.
We will have our Jimmy trade by Friday. Mark my words.
Oh
You
man.
see, you
I'm
will
gonna
see.
mark you on that one.
Now, Mike, are you going to
Hey, let's go, Commanders.
Commander Jimmy.
Let's go, Commanders.
You get an 11th round pick.
Hey, that actually has a
I mean,
ring to it.
let-
Commander
yeah,
Jimmy.
First round pick.
Commander
I meant to say.
Jimmy.
Sorry.
Commander Jimmy.
Yeah,
That is
I
hilarious.
like that. I like
If he
that.
does
Let's
that,
keep
I'm
saying
calling
that.
him that all season. What?
I'm just saying, let's keep saying that. Maybe it come true.
Jimmy
Thank you, Melissa.
Trade-Opolo.
Thank you, Melissa. Thank you, girl.
We can go all
Appreciate
day.
you, Melissa.
Riverboat Jimmy.
Man.
What's your final thoughts, guys? Go right ahead, gentlemen. One can go first, whatever. Maverick can go. Go in order. What do we want to do?
So, are we going to talk before the combine?
Yeah, I mean, well,
Okay,
when is the combine? When is the combine?
Thursday. So I guess that's not
No,
my
I
final
won't.
thought if I'm
Yeah,
gonna talk
no, I'm
before-
sorry, guys.
It'll be
Friday,
like in the
we'll have
middle of the
show Friday.
combine. Combine's like what, 2 days? So we'll be back what, Friday?
Yeah, we're back Friday. Friday night.
Therefore,
my
you
final
can give
takeaway is-
your opinions on the first day and see what happens from there. Because I'm taking Mike's word and I'm going to see a trade by Friday. So we got a lot to talk about.
Yep. I want to see these
Yeah,
safeties and these edge rushers at this combine.
Melissa said JG to Cleveland.
What about what about
Oh man,
Baker? What about Baker?
I don't want no
We don't
Baker.
want him.
Hey,
The
we'll
only
do
thing that Baker-
Baker
the
like
only
an
thing
NBA
Baker is
contract
good is,
and do a trade and drop.
They can keep Baker too. Just send us back a pick or something. We'll do that.
Jimmy Mayfield.
Okay,
y'all
Maverick, you want to
keep
go
going
first?
for 'em.
Final thought, buddy.
I mean, do we really ever have any final thoughts besides
I'm just saying, if you guys want to do one, go right ahead.
I mean, you know, I'm just saying, you know, just hey, can't wait to hear more Jimmy news. I mean, I'm on the Mike bandwagon by Thursday.
Breaking news: Jimmy off to the Commander
Speaking
Jimmy.
of our division, what about Kyler Murray and that demand letter today?
Right.
Man, he ain't going no damn well, man.
Hey, Kyler Murray, he going back to baseball. Listen, don't
I
be
think
fall
so.
for me.
Baseball might have a holdout next year, so he.
Oh, you right about that one. You right about that.
Yeah, they didn't say nothing yet. They didn't say nothing yet about that.
Well, I heard the USFL is start.
Draft's already been set. Everybody's on their team.
They got free agents, right? They got free agents. You can still pick
They
up
had a
free agents.
draft.
Thank you so much, Melissa. We'll see you guys. We'll see you too on 4th. On my birthday. Happy birthday, Melissa.
That's what's
Happy
up.
birthday,
Happy
girl.
early birthday.
Happy birthday.
Happy early birthday, girl.
Oh, final thoughts from me, guys. I didn't have
Yeah,
it on
man.
my name, but if you guys also want to check me out, I'm on Twitter also at the same name you see here.
Sorry about that, man. I'm sorry
Cool.
about that.
Shoot
Man.
me a follow, Drew.
There you go.
Wait, hold on. What was that last one? If Russ
I know.
couldn't trade-
Sorry. Here you go. If Russ couldn't trade Chicago, I doubt Arizona let him go.
Yeah, he ain't going nowhere. She talking about
Thanks.
Kyler Murray.
Yeah, Kyler Murray.
He's also going to get paid the $45 million he wants. He's not worth that.
I think he'll get close to it, but not that whole thing. They're trying to
Not
make
it.
him happy somehow.
Jimmy for the 11th, gentlemen. Speak it into existence.
Jimmy to
final-
Washington.
Commander Jimmy. Let's go.
Go, Commander Jimmy.
Jimmy.
My final
Commander
thought is really
Jimmy.
quick. I want to thank you all for your time and availability to come on here on Fridays and Mondays. And I know the weekends, you don't have to worry about doing weekends if you don't want to. It's up to you guys. But it's on 3 p.m. on weekends with the UK guys. And it's Shank Club NFL, just so you know. It's a plug. So I want to thank you all very much for coming on here and doing your thing. So I'm not signing right now. I just wanted to let you guys know that we're back on Friday, 9 p.m. Eastern time.
All right,
All
gentlemen.
right.
All right.
So
Talking
go ahead,
about
you
that
guys.
shit.
You guys can go out and
I'm
do
gonna
your
pick-
thing.
I'm gonna
Good.
piss off Club 85 this weekend.
You already did.
You already did. I seen that. I seen that shit. I seen it.
Yep. All right, y'all. Have a good night, man. I'm out.
Come on, guys. Later.
Have a good one.
Later, dude.
Like,
Yep.
guys.
Fun show. Thank you, Melissa. Thank you, girl. Thank you very much for your comments. Thank you.
Thanks, Melissa.
Okay. Later, Mike. I'll see you on Friday, brother.
See ya.
Yeah, bud. Later.
Bye.
Okay, that was our show, our first official one for Red and Gold 24/7. And I want to thank everyone for coming in here and doing their thing. Thank you for watching the Red and Gold 24/7 podcast. And of course, I want to thank for all my co-hosts, my brothers, of course, Maverick, of course, then Ron, then Mike, then Chuck, and then of course now I forget the sixth guy by accident. Oh yeah, my newcomer. Sorry. Yeah, my newcomer Drew. My bad, dude. My bad. I gotta remember all your names now. That's all. So I gotta remember your names. I'll be all good then. But thank you very much for coming on here and doing your thing. I want to thank you for all your comments from Melissa. I know she did most of all the comments. I want to thank you very much, Melissa, for coming in here. Thank you. Thank you very much. And I know I was tweeting you last night or DMing you last night. Thank you very much for doing what you do. All right. So I'm going to go out like a bang, like I always do. All right. So I'm going to set this up right so I could do it. And we'll see you on the other side, guys. All right. Here we go. Boom. And then I'm going to do it this way. If I could do it right here. I know I'm doing, just got to get there. Oh, I'm in the wrong thing. Of course I am. Oh, got more comment. Sorry. No worries. I know. No problem. Thank you, Melissa. So here we go. And boom. And we see you guys when we see you. Later.